Very good morning, everyone. Jeremy here, coinstrategic.com.sg, and the market recap for the Straits Times Index, the STI, closing on the 25th of June 2021. All right, so for the Straits Times Index, it's been a pretty quiet week. And if you look at the monthly charts, there was a long signal that was issued on the 1st of March this year at 3108, and we currently closed at 3121 for the week. And I suspect that this particular trading range that is bounded by this SSSB line and SSSA line will hold for a while until this particular price action resolves either to the upside or to the downside. All right, so but for the moment, the monthly charts still look promising because of this break of the super trend line and having price break into the Ichimoku cloud. Until this particular price action is resolved, either to the upside or downside, it's quite difficult to see how the STI is positioning. But as of now, monthly uptrend is intact. It's just the beginnings of a journey. Perhaps you can hit 3406 based on this long-term, this uptrend signal that was issued in March this year. Continuing with the weekly charts, you have a very obvious uptrend line similar to the S&P 500, where price action has been above the super trend line, a pivot at 3024, as well as trying to hold above the Tenkan line, like the S&P 500. However, it has dipped a little bit below 3130. We want to see it bounce a little bit higher to clear the 3130 to maintain this uptrend on the weekly charts. Otherwise, if we are not able to hold that 3130 level, we might test the pivot at 3024 and thereafter test lower levels that you can see on the monthly charts. All right, but so far, the long signal 2693 on the 7th of November last year, targeting 3406, is still intact. It's a matter of when this price action will be able to break out, and you can actually see it on the shorter time frames as you trade the STI for next week. On closer analysis of the charts, if you look at the daily's chart, you'll be able to see that the STI did manage to hold the pivot point at 3099, all right, which is the super trend support. There was a long signal issued on the 1st of June, beginning of the month. However, that particular signal did not find any strength, and price is struggling to maintain this price range between 3024 and 3240. More or less is on this trading range on the daily's chart, and if we are unable to hold this particular pivot at 3099, we might test lower levels to 3025 on the weekly charts. Otherwise, if we have a bounce similar to what the S&P 500 this did the trading week of the 25th of June, then we might be able to bounce, break up, and burst above this 3240 level to hit for our target at 3406. So on the daily's chart, what is important is that we held this pivot of 3099, expecting it to bounce and test higher levels. If we do break the pivot, then lower levels will be tested, the first being the weekly super trend support at 3024. Going down one more time frame on the 4-hourly charts, there was a short signal issued at 3125 on the 21st of June 2021, targeting that 3099 level on the dailies, and the second target would probably be the 3025 on the weekly charts. So this particular price action will be able to test the lower levels if it stays below the SSSB line on the cloud. All right. Otherwise, this short signal, the only way that you can negate the short signal is to burst through this particular pivot level at 3169 to the upside to resume its uptrend. So, in summary, the Straits Times Index on a monthly basis, long signal is still valid. However, it's stuck between this particular trading range of at about 3,040 points to about 3240 until it breaks above the upside on the Ichimoku cloud perhaps it may test the 3406 level, failing which the next price level to test is at 2827, the fast moving average. And on the weekly charts, long signal on the 7th of November still valid, targeting that 3406 level. However, it is now sitting right at the Tenkan line 3130. If weakness persists, we may test the pivot at 3024. So on the daily's chart, we are still on an uptrend, and the long signal is still valid, targeting 3406. However, the current pivot 3099 seems to be holding. All right, and we're going to see next week whether we break through this pivot or it bounces back up to test higher levels. And on the 4 hourly charts, we have a short signal on the 21st of June targeting 3099, which is that pivot level on the dailies. And if that 3099 doesn't hold, then we look for a pivot of 3024. Otherwise, a reclaim of the uptrend will only be possible if we break above the pivot at 3169 on the 4 hourly charts, right? So, quiet week for the Straits Times Index. Let's see next week for more visibility on the Singapore markets. Thanks very much for watching, and remember to click subscribe and let us know your comments.